standard Cleveland Asian Festival uniform. Blue polo, tennis shoes for walking, sunblock that you can't see, and of course, my ID badge. Now, as Stephanie said, this is the first year that we're doing the fashion exhibition. The story behind it is that every year I get tons of people asking me, hey, that performance group, they have beautiful costumes. Where do they get it from? You know, what's the meaning behind it? Well, I'm about to bring up these girls in a little bit and we're going to explain to you fashions from around Asia. Let's give them a round of applause. We have Miss Jessica wearing a lovely orange aozai. Aozai, the iconic traditional clothing of Vietnam, dating back to 1744 when King Wu Long of the Nguyen Dynasty decreed both men and women should wear an ensemble of trousers and a gown that buttoned down the front. The modern version of this outfit dates to the 1930s, and this lovely piece has some modern decor with the silver and black down to beautiful orange. Next we have Erin wearing a child version of the aozai. This dress still remains popular and influential in the modern day Vietnamese culture. They're still women's favorite dress in traditional festivities, for example, the Cleveland Asian Festival. In some schools in Vietnam, the white aozai is considered school uniforms for the female students. And now Ms. Melody is going to model a lovely yellow aozai with a sheer overlay shawl. This aozai and all aozai are made individually to fit each customer's shape. Its body-hugging top flows over wide trousers that brush the floor. Synthetic or silk fabrics are preferred as they do not crush and are quick drying, making the aozai a practical uniform for daily wear. Up next, we're going to go to Korea. We have Tamara and Brandy. So Tamara and Brandy are wearing a hanbok. Brandy's hanbok is pink, and the hanbok is for semi-formal wear. They have a gold hairpin called a vignette, used to hold the hair back in a traditional bun. The hanbok consists of a full-length, wraparound skirt that has no pockets, called a china, and a short bolero-type jacket called a jiogori with a single loop bowl and two long billowing sleeves. Pink symbolizes trust, and Brandy's hanbok is embroidered with Rose of Sharon, which is the national flower of South Korea. Next we have Sophia modeling a kimono. The kimono is a Japanese traditional garment worn by men, women, and children. Kimonos are T-shaped, straight-line robes, and they're worn so that the hem falls to the ankle. They're attached collars and wide, long sleeves. Most kimonos are really long and have a short train. Kimonos are wrapped around the body, always with the left side over the right, except for funeral. It is secured in place by a sash called obi, and Sophia is wearing lovely cheetah sandals. Next up, Jennifer, stage manager for the Lantern Stage, drops by for a visit. She is wearing a yukata, which is a summer Japanese outfit. It's usually worn after the bathhouses and are generally dyed in indigo blue. But modern day yukatas are all different sorts of colors, shapes, and sizes. Now the difference between a yukata and a kimono is that it's usually just one layer, and it is much lighter for summer wear. She loves ya. Love her a kiss back. Woo! Next we have Liana. She's modeling the Prayuk, which is a skirt that goes around the waist. It's a long tube skirt and is worn by pulling both ends around the waist. The skirt is then pleated down the center, folded and tucked into the waistband, and held in place by a golden belt. The pleats in the front make it easier for walking. The sabai is a long scarf-like shawl, usually about a foot wide. It's wrapped over the front of the chest and drapes over the left shoulder. Now, the sabai comes from the southeast part of Asia. Next we have Jennifer modeling an Indian sari. The sari is a strip of unstitched cloth worn by women ranging from 4 to 9 yards in length that is draped over the body. It is popular in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Malaysia, and Singapore. The most common style is for the sari to be wrapped around the waist with one end, then draped over the shoulder, bearing the midriff. The sari is usually worn over a petticoat with a blouse known as a choli forming the upper garment. The blouse has short sleeves and a low neck and is usually cropped at the midriff. The sari signify the grace of Indian women, adequately displaying the curves at the right places. Woohoo! Next we have Sibley. She's modeling a Chinese changshan, also known as a qipao. Qipao is a body-hugging one-piece Chinese dress for women that became popular among ladies of the royal family in the Qing dynasty. At that time, qipaos were fitted loosely and were so long that they would reach the insteps. The stylish and often tight-fitting changshan or qipao is most often associated with today. It's created in the 1920s in Shanghai and was made fashionable by socialites and upper-class women. Starting in the 1940s, changshan became closer fitting and more radical. In summer, women wore sleeveless styles. Thank you. And next we have Sybil modeling Qing Dynasty costume. And so is her Hello Kitty doll. In Chinese history, there are many dynasties. Each dynasty has its own unique costume and hairstyles. Among them, the Qing Dynasty costume and hairstyle is made most distinguishable by movies, and the royal women wore phoenixes on their headdresses and often wore golden garments. What is especially characteristic of the fashion is a large rectangular shirt with pockets in the sleeves and silk pajama pants. Now, this style has, like I said earlier, is very popular, based by a lot of soap operas and TV shows from China. Next we have Fan. She's modeling a belly dance outfit. Let's give her a round of applause. Coming from Asia Minor. Yeah! The belly dance outfit is made to dance with you as you dance. And we've included this outfit because later today on the lantern stage, we have some belly dancers performing from the Middle East. Next we have Grace. Around her waist, she's wearing a sarong, which is very common nowadays. Women love to wear it over their swimwear. It's a large tube-length piece of fabric. It's usually batik dyed an indigo color, but now all different types of colors are used. Up top, Grace is wearing a brong. Now this brong is relatively modern. Usually barongs are see-through, but her shirt is made of velvet, and it follows a very traditional design of having traditional patterns embroidered around the collar and a long flare-like sleeve. Next we have the agenda. We decided to throw in something contemporary and fun. This peacock costume is not generally worn day to day since it lacks practicality, and there's a lot of glitter that comes off that costume. However, the peacock dance is a popular dance style that represents Southeast Asia. The dance itself holds quite a bit of tradition. It's usually performed in a shallow pool of water where the performer splashes water onto the audience. This is for the water splashing holiday in the springtime, which washes away the bad luck from previous years. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. We got a free performance. So next we have Aaron. He's wearing a kurta. Women wear kurtas as blouses, usually over jeans. Kurtas are typically much shorter than the traditional garments and made with lighter materials. Aaron is wearing a men's garment, a men's style kurta. It's found in India and Southeast Asian countries. They were fashionable in the 1960s and 1970s and has an element of a hippie fashion and is very popular now in the US as well. Last but not least, we have Alex wearing a brong. Alex is also our DJ on the lantern stage. I don't know why Joe didn't want to model for us. He's like, I'm busy working. I'm talking to you, Joe. So brong is a sheer, lightweight shirt worn untucked over an undergarment. It often has intricate embroidery along the neckline and down the front. The sleeves may flare out and be embroidered as well. In Filipino culture, it's common at weddings and is formal attire for men and women. So Alex, we're going to keep you there on stage and we're going to bring all the models back out once more. Great photo op. All right, ladies and gentlemen, strike a pose. Oh wait, we got one more. Let's make some room for Jennifer over here. Let's have the taller people in the back. When I call your name, please walk to the front of the stage and strike a pose. Jennifer, Li Jian, Sybil. Walk up to the front, strike a pose. Have fun. Ham it up. Woo! All right, thank you. Next, let's have Alex and Aaron walk to the front of the stage. Thank you, boys. Next, let's have the outside girls, Jessica, Aaron, and Melody. Thank you so much. We grabbed Melody as a last-minute volunteer. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Now let's have Brandy and Tamara walk to the front. Strike a pose. Dance a little bit. Do the Dougie. Next, let's have the Yukata and kimono wearers, Jennifer and Sophia. Now, Jennifer texted me this morning. He's like, what color shoes should I wear? I'm like, ooh, have fun. I told her the color of the costume. Stilettos are great. Next, let's have Liana, Fan, and Grace walk to the front. Strike a pose. Dance around. Why are you guys so shy? I know you guys aren't shy. And last but not least, we have Sibley. Woo! All right, let's pose for another minute or so for pictures. Everybody got their cameras out? Everybody, do their best Charlie's Angels. Go. Aaron, Alex, you guys are Charlie and Bosley, so you guys don't count. Camera in 3, 2, 1.